What's up, guys? We are live. How's everybody doing today? Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me and hanging out today. Let's talk about some smart home stuff. And yeah, hope you guys are doing great. If you're new here, I should say my name is Shane, and we do talk about smart home, specifically Apple Home smart home content here on this channel every week. New videos every Sunday, live streams every Wednesday. And yeah, we'll go over any of the news or any new smart home relevant stuff, and then we'll do some Q&A, answer any questions, and just kind of hang out for the next hour or so and chat it up a little bit. So yeah, let's see who is in the chat. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. Let me know too if there's any technical difficulties, but I think we're good to go here. Let's see. We've got Alexis, what's going on, from Athens, Greece. Thank you so much for joining us. Indiana with 2 German Shepherds. Ken, thank you for hanging out with your German Shepherds. We got Kevin is in the house. What's going on, Kevin from UK? We got everywhere across the world, it looks like, joining us today. That's awesome. Kevin, let's see who we got. South Africa in the house. Lurk Jerk is here from the Netherlands. Wow, we really do have people from all over the world. This is awesome. So smart home bringing us all together. This is cool. George from Silver Hammer Surveillance. What's going on, George? Glad you could make it here from Omaha, Nebraska. From the rooftop deck. Awesome. That sounds really nice. Chris is here. Ken, we saw Ken. Paul, what's going on, Paul? How you doing? 46 degrees in West Virginia. Yeah, it's been a lot more chilly here than it usually is, it seems like, every year. So usually in May, it's pretty hot around here in South Carolina. But it's been a lot more chilly than it usually is. Strange. Frederick says, everyone, please preface your questions with the word question, and please only ask your question once. Yes, thank you, Frederick. Much appreciated. Yes, please only ask your question once. I will try to get some. We'll get to questions here in a few minutes. We've got a couple things to cover, and then we'll kind of open up for some questions and everything like that. But yes, thank you very much, Frederick. Greg from Orlando, Florida is here. Nice. I was just down in Florida a couple weeks ago, missing it already. Let's see. TJK, what's up? Just another Wednesday in LA. All right. LA in the house. Brian from North Carolina. Very cool. Spent a lot of time in North Carolina growing up. Lived there off and on for many years. Vietnam, if you know, you know, is there many years. Nashville is here. Brad is listening while driving from Kentucky to St. Louis, Missouri. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Brad. Be safe out there on the road. Glad you could hang out with us. Let's see. Germany is in the house. Lone Star Trent. What's going on, Lone Star Trent? George is making you want a margarita on that deck. Yeah, I hear that. Very cool. So how's everybody doing? Today has been a crazy day. Like, I have been just super busy all day long. Kind of barely made it here in time for the stream. We got a few things to talk about. Not a whole lot of news since like last week, since we talked and hung out. It's kind of a slow period, I feel like, until we got WWDC coming soon, though. And I think hopefully then there'll be some more excitement, some stuff to talk about for sure. But there's a couple things we'll discuss here. But yeah, I was out all day today, starting real early, helping a friend build some smart home stuff. So that was fun. Always cool, kind of like starting from scratch and doing a lot of smart home stuff over there for a friend. And I did take my camera equipment, so I recorded some of it, and some of it will be coming to the channel in the near future. So I won't tell you too much, but a good video. I'm very excited about this one, and that was fun. And I still got some more stuff to do. Probably go back there tomorrow, work on a few things, but it's been fun. Always fun setting up new HomeKit smart home products and stuff like that. And, you know, getting somebody into it who maybe hasn't really been into it in the past. That's always a lot of fun. So patio weather, 58 degrees and sunny in central Wisconsin with a beer in hand. Awesome. Yeah, I'll be right there behind you. And I should mention too, guys, if you are, I see we do have a lot of members in the house today, which is awesome. Thank you guys for being a member. I can't talk today. For being a member. If you're not, you want to support the channel a little bit further, you can become a member. I pinned a comment there where you can join. Should also be a join button down below. And that'll give you access to our members Discord server, where we have a lot of categories for all the different smart home products and HomeKit questions. And it's just a place where we all kind of go and hang. Good little community in there, help each other out, shortcuts, lights, smart lights, whatever it is. We got a little section for that. And yeah, we also do a member chat, like a video chat every month. So that's the first Wednesday of every month, which is today, in fact. So after this stream, a little bit after this stream, we'll do our members video chat. So if you are a member, be sure to, get over there on that Zoom, because that's always a lot of fun. We hang out. I'll definitely have a beer in hand, I think, when we get to that. Because, we'll be getting to about 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock here. Lone Star Trent said, I saw Amazon is starting to roll out Matter support. Yeah, they are. We will get to that. That's actually one of the things we're going to talk about. Excuse me. Paul said, hey, Shane, I liked your survey on YouTube about smart buttons. Yeah, that was also something I posted just for members. So only the members saw that little survey. So the question was, and I can pose it here just to see what everybody thinks. So the question was, hypothetically, if you could use a smart button, say just, smart button, like this little flick button. Look, that's my beer flick. Can I get that in focus? That's my beer flick button. So when it's 5 o'clock, that's the one we go for. But the question was, if you could use a smart button to trigger any personal shortcut. So this kind of gets diving deep into shortcuts and stuff, but if you know the difference between personal shortcuts and home shortcuts, there's a difference there. You can't really trigger personal shortcuts with buttons, but if you could, hypothetically, what personal shortcut would your button do? So you guys can go nuts in the chat with that. I'd love to hear. But that's kind of what we were talking about. So if there's a way to do it, what would you do? Alexis, the studio looks amazing. Thank you, Alexis. Is it done? It is not done. It is not done. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put my light over there. I got another little light that I usually put up there. It happens. But no, it's not quite done yet. I got some more things. I actually have some more nanoleaf stuff I'm planning to put in there. So some shapes. I got some of the black shapes I want to put in there, but it's almost done. I still need a coffee table, but for the most part it's done, but just a few things here and there still working on. But all right, let's get to a couple of the things that we had to talk about. So first of all, we'll usually cover any like new products that come out or anything like that. I did see over on HomeKit News, they posted an article over there about SmartWings officially launching their thread-enabled blinds. So this is something they had talked about for a while. And so their blinds have been Bluetooth, I think, the whole time. I have not used SmartWings blinds yet. I think maybe George has from Silverhammer Surveillance. I don't know if anybody else has here in the chat, but it looks like they have officially launched their thread blinds, which is cool. And little birdie may have told me that they will be also having, I don't know if these same ones will have Matter support, but I think SmartWings is getting into the Matter game as well. But they do now have thread-enabled smart blinds. These things support HomeKit. So that's really cool. Another option for smart roller shades. And you guys let me know if you want me to check those out. I think all of my windows are full, so I'll have to figure out something out for trying some new shades and things like that. We did the SwitchBot blind tilts on the channel just last Sunday? Yeah, was my video there. Let's see here. Joe says personal shortcuts rather than a button. Would love to be able to make a motion sensor trigger my morning brief shortcut. set up from your HomePod intercom. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Using home automations to trigger those is tough. So there is, yeah, that would be a tough one. You can do it sort of if you have the signals for HomeKit app on your Mac and kind of run the shortcut from your Mac. It's getting it kind of into the weeds, but that's possible, kind of the workaround there. Let's see. I heard that a car is working on one, but no date announced yet. Oh, I missed that. What are we talking about? Can a personal shortcut show me a random puppy photo? Because I would push that button whenever I need to feel better. Oh, nice. Yeah, hey, I think we could do that. We could probably have that done. Have you heard anything about the timeline for a car M3 hub or thread contacts? I haven't heard anything about a timeline for the M3 hub in a while, so I'm not sure about that. Haven't heard any details on that. I know a car has been cranking out new stuff like crazy. The FP2 came out. Before that was their doorbell camera. The lock will be next. So lots of stuff coming from a car though. Let's see. Okay, next up, let's get to some more stuff. I know somebody mentioned this already. So Amazon adds Matter support, or well, Matter over Thread support. So this is good. You know, we talk about HomeKit here, so may not affect you unless you are an Alexa user. But this is a good thing, I think, just for the whole, the whole smart home industry. So, getting everybody on board. So Amazon has supported Matter like over Wi-Fi in the past, but not over Thread. So now Amazon does support Matter over Thread. So that's good. So something like, let's say the Eve products are a good example. I'm trying to see if I don't have any here, but next to me. But the Eve products, for example, they support HomeKit over Thread and they do support Matter. Well, now you can use those with Amazon as well. So that's good. Hopefully, it seems like we're slowly getting there as far as that Matter train goes. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's using Amazon or not, but that's a good thing. Another thing I mentioned, this came out in a newsletter recently. Hoops Pro has a little update, I guess I should say, not an announcement, but their highly anticipated first production batch of Hoops Pro is on its way to ship out in mid-May. So if you're one of the ones that ordered one of these early, looks like very soon they'll be shipping out. Which is cool. So I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on one of these and try them out. I used Hoops quite a bit in the past. This is their Hoops Pro, and this will start shipping out soon, it looks like. And here's kind of their timeline. So it looks like it's a little behind schedule, I think. It seems like the certifications is kind of what's been slowing them down a little bit. But excited about these. We've got a lot of these kind of like really powerful all-in-one Matter hub kind of devices. So this is, this will be kind of exciting. I feel like I'm interested. You'll be able to pair Zigbee devices to it. You get a Zigbee library, support Matter, all that good stuff. It's pretty expensive though, but there's going to be other comparable ones like that are also pretty expensive. So Paul says, I can't wait until Matter has their 2.0 updates for camera. Yeah, man, that'll be a pretty big game changer there when Matter supports cameras. I don't know when that'll happen, but that'll be a game changer. I'm actually more excited about Matter supporting appliances, like all the stuff we've never been able to get into HomeKit, like, I don't know, washers and dryers or stoves or refrigerators, stuff like that would be kind of cool. I'm excited about that. George says, bring on the cameras. Yeah, George is our camera guy, huh? I guess. AP Taylor, question: did you have a chance to check out the all-in-one wall outlet that I tagged you over on Instagram? No, I did not. I mean, I saw what you tagged me in. Yeah, thank you for that. It looks really cool. I didn't get to I didn't have time to dive in deep. Like I said, it's been kind of a busy, crazy month or crazy day. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. It reminds me of the, what was it called? The Connect Sense wall outlet that supports HomeKit, where it's kind of like an in-wall outlet that supports HomeKit. And let's see, I think that one supported Matter. So yeah, I'll look more into that. Maybe that'd be something we can check out on the channel. Awesome. We got Eric is here in the house and using his member milestone super chat. Thank you, Eric, for being a member, first of all. And I appreciate you joining us today. I hope you're doing well, having a good week so far. Eric says it's the first stream of the month. Don't forget to use your member milestone super chat. That's right. If you are a member, every month you get a super chat as a part of your membership like this. And Eric has been a member for 31 months. Thank you, Eric. You are the man. I'm sure Eric was the first member that I got on the channel he signed up before I even announced it, I'm pretty sure. So that's how Eric was able to get in there. So that's awesome. Thank you for the support, brother. Lawnmower. Yeah, I've been playing around with a smart lawnmower lately. So that would be cool too. Would love to get that into HomeKit natively. Let's see. Do we have any more stuff to talk about? That's really it. I don't know if there's any other news you guys talk about. I see some questions here, so we can just go ahead and start jumping into questions. What do you say? Yeah, let's do it. All right. I see some. They are being highlighted today, so that's good. YouTube is working. So let's see. Question: how are you today? I am doing well. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's like I said, it's been a very busy day. Barely made it to the stream, but I'm here and super happy to be here. Can't wait to do our member live chat later on after this. So yeah, these are fun. Always look forward to this. And yeah, just staying busy, working on a lot of smart home projects and stuff. So I'm happy. Let's see, questions. When is the Aqara home key door lock coming out? Well, it is coming soon. I can't say too much about it, but it's coming soon, and I don't know if I have a specific date, but stay tuned. I'll put it like that. Stay tuned. Follow me over on Instagram. I share a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff on Instagram, so as soon as I'm able to, and also here on these live streams, so as soon as I have some more information or they make any public announcements, we'll definitely share that. But yeah, it's next. So I think it's the next thing we'll see come out from Aqara, and super excited about that. HomeKey is phenomenal. I'm a huge fan, so really excited to see Aqara get into the the HomeKey game, if you will. Garrett says, I'd be much more interested in thread-enabled blinds than Bluetooth. Yeah, absolutely. So I hear that. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, although I have been using those SwitchBot blinds, and those do connect Bluetooth, although that just got really blue back there, didn't it? Those SwitchBot blinds have been working really well. I've been happy with those. And but yeah, thread over Bluetooth in most cases is going to probably be better. Eric, what's going on, Eric? Eric says, heard about several auto manufacturers abandoning CarPlay, for example, Tesla, Rivian, and GM. What are your thoughts? So I've heard about this too. I haven't dove too deeply into this, but it's a bummer. So I have a GM, and I don't know. It would be nice to get I actually don't have CarPlay. I've been thinking about putting CarPlay, like replacing my head unit with a newer one from one of the newer vehicles. This is a bummer, but I kind of understand, like, Apple has a way of, they make a lot of money off of like the App Store, for example, taking 30% or whatever from all these things. So I can understand why the auto manufacturers maybe want to, capitalize on that space, and utilizing that. It's a bummer. I'm not happy about it, but I understand it, I guess. Question. My Hue bridge isn't connecting to HomeKit. I scanned the code, but it does nothing after that. Suggestions. I see some people were trying to help there, Sean. These kinds of things are really hard to troubleshoot over a live stream. There's a lot of things. It's usually going to be your network a lot of times. You have to restart things. But yeah, there's usually a bunch of steps in troubleshooting. If it's not connecting to HomeKit, restart HomeKit hubs, restart your router. Again, these are kind of the things that I go through when troubleshooting. There's usually not a one single answer for this. Question, leaving for vacation on Sunday to Tennessee. Awesome. You think it's a good idea to reboot my router and home hubs before leaving? Everything is currently working fine. That's an interesting question, Jeff. Yeah, I think it just depends maybe on your setup. If that's something you have to do every so often to kind of keep things, running smoothly, then yeah, by all means, that's probably a good idea. If you never really have to reboot your router, then, maybe not, especially if everything's working fine. But it's probably not a bad idea to do that, just to kind of, a good little reboot every now and then is not a terrible idea. So probably not a horrible idea. Good on you for thinking about that too ahead of time. Oh, nice. Steve says, connected my Eve Energy plugs to Amazon real easily. It just names them real funny. Yeah, I've noticed that with HomeKit too. When you're putting stuff through Matter into HomeKit, kind of renames stuff funny. But that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Steve. Steve has got his Eve Energy plugs into HomeKit, into Amazon already. Really cool. Question about the FP2, how it detects larger objects. For example, I ride my motorcycle into my garage and leave it. FP2 will see it as a person or an object. So FP2 is, as far as I understand, really designed for like human detection, detecting people. I haven't tested it really with large objects like a vehicle or anything. Somebody was actually commenting on this. I don't know if it was on our Discord or what, but I remember, I think it was on our Discord, talking about using this maybe in the garage or something to detect cars or vehicles. So it should definitely see you as a person on a motorcycle, I would think. But yeah, it doesn't decipher, it doesn't have like object detection or anything. It kind of just detects people, or at least that's the idea. So I think it would detect you as a person and not the object necessarily, but that would require a little bit more testing to be sure. Oh, there you go, Frederick. Some good tips there from Frederick. Rebooting your phone. If that doesn't work, rebooting your HomeKit hub. Yep, I always forget about rebooting your phone too. That helps sometimes as well. I see we got some super member chats. Let's get these in here real quick. Jeff from Michigan, member for 12 months. Thank you, Jeff, for the support and for being a member for 12 months, a whole year. That's awesome. My last robot mower I had connected to Home Assistant via Bluetooth, I guess, when it auto docked to charge. Home Assistant could automatically start it, and when it returned, gather additional data. That's really cool. And I think Jeff from Michigan is on a mission to get me into Home Assistant. Jeff is doing a lot of really cool stuff with Home Assistant, and I have not jumped into Home Assistant yet. It seems like maybe it'll be inevitable one day, but that's really cool that you're able to get your robot mower into it and get additional data. Really cool. Thank you for sharing. I'll have to talk more with you offline about that. That's pretty awesome. Smart Home Solo. Let's see. Oh, is my chat thing working? Let me try to clear this. Uh-oh. Did we get stuck? Looks like we're stuck on Jeff's chat. I'm trying to get some new. Let me see here if we can get this fixed. Live chat overlay. Let me try to hide that. Bring it back. Did that work? Uh-oh. Looks like our chat thing is acting funny, giving us some trouble, and we can't see our chats anymore. Okay, well, that's a bummer. Let's see. Well, having some trouble, looks like, with our plug-in, but we'll keep moving, and I will just read out the questions and things like that from here on out. So, Smart Home Solo, a member for 16 months, says, "Hi Shane, I hope you and the family are doing great. Thank you for that, and thank you for being a member 16 months. That's so awesome. I was wondering if there are any standalone sensors that could be triggered via sound. Thanks." Okay, let's see. I don't know if anybody knows of anything. Drop a comment if you have an answer for Smart Home Solo here, but the only thing that I can think of is something that can maybe detect sound like an alarm sound or something. The Abode, and it's not standalone, but Abode has the smoke and CO monitor, I think they call it. It doesn't detect smoke or carbon monoxide, but it detects the sound of an alarm and will then kind of let you notify you, kind of like the HomePods do now, basically. Same thing, really. And they are exposed to HomeKit as a smoke detector, although it's not really a true smoke detector. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know of anything else that monitors sound that can support HomeKit natively. There's probably some interesting little devices, maybe Z-Wave or other things like that. You could probably get into HomeKit through a hub, but I don't know anything standalone other than that. Question, how can I use the Super Chat? So I think there's a button. Somebody let Alexis know, and I think you get like one a month, so yeah, I wish my plugin would work now. That's kind of bumming me out. I can't bring my chats up. Let's see, I wonder if there's another way to fix that. Oh. I'm still here. All right, sorry about that. We're back. All right, I'll just leave it alone. I'll keep reading. Jeff says, and I'm still clicking on them like they'll pop up. I guess force a habit. For some reason, when you do a super chat, it only gives you 150 characters compared to the 200 of a standard chat. Okay. All right, let me go up and answer some more of these questions. They are still being highlighted in yellow for me, thankfully, so that's good. Jonah says, why do some HomeKit devices not expose all sensors to the Home app? For example, IR on SwitchBot Hub 2. Many more examples exist. All right, Jonah, good question. So this specific example is an easy answer, and HomeKit natively just doesn't support IR devices. So, I mean, I guess you could argue that maybe, it can expose something as a TV or as an air conditioner or something like that, but there are no, IR devices, or an IR blaster, for example, is not a supported HomeKit device. So that's probably the reason for the IR thing. Now for other devices and sensors, like, I don't know, let's say the Aqara motion sensor has a little light sensor built in. Why that's not supported in a HomeKit, that's 100% up to the manufacturer. So why that little sensor doesn't support HomeKit, I don't know. But yeah, it's typically going to be up to the manufacturer on which sensors and what accessories or attributes they expose to HomeKit. But then again, there are some devices like SwitchBot Hub 2, IR cannot be brought into HomeKit because it's just not a supported category in HomeKit as far as I know. So let's see, questions. Questions, any news on the Aqara FP2 sensor coming to the UK? So it should be back available. It was available in the UK and the US, everywhere, but it sold out pretty quickly, I think within like a week. So it should be coming back, I was told early May, so I'll let everybody know. Again, follow me over on Instagram at Shane Creates. I post updates there all the time when I get new stuff. And we got looks like a new member has become a member. I don't know. I know Paul is a member, so Anyways, follow me over on Instagram, and I post updates on there. I'm better on there than I am like Twitter and other things, but I'll also update my video description for the FP2 when they become available. So hopefully early May, hopefully any day now, and when it is available, I'll have a new discount code available. So again, I'll share that definitely on Instagram, and I'll update my video description with that as well. Question, will my Eero router be visible in my Matter network with Amazon update? I haven't dove too deeply into Eero and Matter and Amazon. I'm not really sure what all is working exactly there. So I'd have to do a little more research to answer that one. What is your favorite automation? Okay, cool. I'm gonna butcher that name. Sorry, Schmol creates. I'm sorry for butchering the name. I wish I could pop it up, but my plugin's not working right now. So, question: what is your favorite automation? I have so many. Let's see. What is my favorite automation? Well, I will say it was just done for testing. But if you watch the video on the FP2 where I was literally just walking around this studio and able to trigger different lights coming on and off, that blew my mind that you can even do that. So it's not something that I'm using every day. That was just for testing purposes. But I will set up something like this probably in the studio here with different automations. That is my favorite. The way that you can use one sensor and create multiple zones in a space and trigger lights and things to come on and off just by moving throughout the room. That's insane. I love that. Aside from that, I would probably say my favorite ones are the ones that I never think about. So I'm going to give you two more just because it's hard to pick just one. My blinds open and close every day. Love that. Again, video just this past weekend was on that, automating all my blinds. I love it that they open up automatically because I have a lot of windows in my, in my house. So when they all open automatically with the sunrise, they close automatically with sunset. They close when I leave, stuff like that. Love it. That's one of my favorites. And then the other one is just my location-based automation. So I have a bunch of accent lights, like my cabinet lights and things like that, that I kind of like on all the time. So they're on in the morning when I wake up. When I snooze my alarm, everything comes on. Excuse me. And then they turn off automatically when I leave the house or when the last person leaves the house. And then when the first person comes home, they all come on again. So it's kind of those things that are just always on when I want them on. And then when I want them off, they're off. And so I really love that too. Simple one, but I love it. Gareth, question. First, how you glad to catch you live. Thank you, Gareth. I've just bought the Logitech Circle camera. I know it says weatherproof, but just wondering if it rains heavy, will it hold up? Yeah, it totally should. The only thing not weatherproof on that is the actual plug. So you just got to make sure, where you plug it into an outlet, that is protected in a weatherproof box, or run the power inside, or however you do that. But the camera itself and everything, 100% weatherproof. I've seen people using it outside in some pretty tough conditions, so should definitely work fine. Cindy asks, Eero no longer supports HomeKit. They say Matter support is coming. What say you? I don't know. I don't use Eero routers, so I don't know. I think hopefully they will support Matter. Matter's probably the way forward. That's the best way to go. There's still going to be a ton of benefit, I'm sure, if you're using your Eero routers and all of your Amazon products with Alexa, because, that's what they're going to do. Eero is made by Amazon, if you didn't know. But yeah, if they support Matter, then great. I don't know when Matter will support routers, but yeah. We will see. Question, all European locks are completely inside, which makes them hard to get home key. Is the Aqara one an inside lock, or does it have an outside part? The new one that's coming to the US, the U100, I believe it's called, is all. It's just like all the existing ones for a deadbolt here in the US or in North America, kind of like the Schlage Encode Plus or Level Locks and stuff. Level may be a little different, but there is the Aqara, was it the A100 or something like that? That's, I would think maybe, I don't know, I guess it depends on your lock, and I don't know everything about the European style locks. Let me see if I can find that one, but I've seen some people use this thing in different parts. Whoops, sorry, wrong button. I'm all over the place today. Bear with me, guys. We'll get there. So this is the kind of one I was thinking about. I don't know if this is what you were referring to, something like if this would work, but I know this works. Some people use this in European countries, this lock here. Maybe that would work for you, but that's the only one I know of kind of outside of the US that supports HomeKey like that. Baba is trolling, says, question, do you think Matter was overhyped? Maybe a little bit. No, and yes and no, I should say. I think Matter is a really big deal. It's going to probably change the whole smart home industry if it really, comes to fruition all the way, which it looks like we are on that path. I think people who kind of promoted it and talked about it without any like expectation management may have been overhyped. It's important to understand that these things will definitely take a lot of time. A completely new standard like this changing the whole industry. I do think it's a pretty big deal. It seems like Matter products are getting better, but it's still very confusing right now to get a Matter product and get it set up with your smart home, especially for beginners or people who don't do this stuff every day like me. Then it's not super easy, but I see the potential, and I don't think that's necessarily overhyped. I'm optimistic about it, but it's good to have your expectations in check, I think, at least for the near future anyways. Silverhammer, did you just give us a telltale that you have a lock for testing? You looked off to your left when they just asked the question, did I? I don't think I have a lock over there. Which left? My left or your left? Trying to get me. Larry, question, you're probably under NDA and can't give us details, but do you think we'll be surprised with the pricing of the new Aqara D100 the same way we were with the Aqara doorbell camera? When you say surprised, you mean in a good way, I guess, because what was the final price of the Aqara doorbell camera? Let me see. Let me look it up. Y'all know I got some bad memory. Somebody will probably post the answer before I get it here. Let's see if I can get it fast enough. Oh, I got it. Okay, 119. Yeah, 119 for a doorbell camera is really good. So I'm assuming you mean surprised in a good way. I think so. I remember when I was at CES and they were kind of briefing me on the doorbell camera, the lock, all that stuff. I got to use the lock a little bit at CES, and they told me the price, and I want to say it was definitely under 200. I don't remember exactly what they told me at the time, but yeah, Aqara's products are very reasonably priced when compared to the competition. I think the lock is going to be no exception, especially like Lone Star Trent says here, has to be cheaper than the Encode. I'm certain it'll be cheaper than the Encode Plus. Probably be the cheapest home key lock, dare I say, on the market. I would bet. So I hope that helps. All right, there's some more questions I think I missed. Let me get up here. We got a bunch of, man, it's a bummer too. My little chat thing isn't working. So BD Creates used his member chat and said, just posted that, has been a member for 5 months. So thank you, BD Creates, for being a member for 5 months. Yeah, smart home solo. Did I break it? I think you must have broke it. um, and we got a couple more of these member chats. Let's get these. Newbie, but I love it. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin Hodge. I appreciate that. Frederick says my master bedroom HomePod Mini went off at 10:15 saying fire, fire, fire. Still trying to figure out why. Really? Oh wow, that's interesting. We'll have to, yeah, you'll have to share more details on that later, Frederick. I'm interested to hear about that. That's crazy. Was it the new, I guess the new sound recognition feature? I wonder if there's something that triggered that for some reason. I haven't heard of that. And Frederick has been a member for 10 months. So thank you, Frederick. Yeah, it looks like my plugins are kind of going a little wonky today. So sorry about that. Well, I'll see what's up with that. I can probably turn off. Let's see. Alert box. Let me turn that one off. And then we won't, yeah, because that seems to be a little off. Welcoming members who have been here for 10 months. Paul, a member for 13 months, says, have you heard when the FP2 will be back in stock? My birthday was April 25th. Got some Amazon cards. Yeah, so we just talked about this. Sorry, a little behind on the chat, but should be early May is what I was told. Again, I'll have a new discount code available once that is available again, and I'll be sure to share on my social channels and things like that. Okay, have you had any issues with the FP2 and it picking up your dog? So yeah, I think I mentioned this in my video, but it does pick up my dog. So at least when I was testing it in my room here with the zones and stuff, it does pick up my dog. It's a larger dog, a pit bull, so not like a small dog. It is supposed to be able to not detect small dogs and robot vacuums, cats and things like that, smaller animals. But if you have a larger dog, then, you know, a medium to, I wouldn't say mine is a large dog, but I don't know. Pit bull, it's not a small dog. It may trigger that sensor. So good question. Ken says, question, what was one device you were all in and used a lot, but over time has been replaced with something else? Okay, good question, Ken. I like that. That's a creative question. So I would have to answer that, I think, with the Soma blind tilts. So again, this was just covered in my recent video. Maybe that's why it's fresh on my mind. But I talked about my favorite automation is automating all my blinds. So the way I accomplished that before was with something called the Soma tilts. And they were far from perfect, but probably the best solution for a HomeKit for me that was available, especially at the time, probably a couple years ago that I first set them all up. You know, kind of retrofit all of my existing blinds like I did with the SwitchBot Hub 2, the SwitchBot tilts and the new SwitchBot Hub 2 that support Matter. So again, this was kind of covered in that recent video, but I love having all of my blinds automated every day to come, you know, to open and close. It's fantastic. Again, been using those Soma tilts for a couple years now, and they weren't perfect, but they definitely did the job. And you know, I've replaced them with the SwitchBot blind tilts that, you know, they support HomeKit natively with that new Matter hub, and they probably work a little bit better, a little bit more reliable with my automations and things like that. So yeah. Question, is there a workaround? Eric says, is there a workaround to get personal shortcuts running when connected to Wi-Fi? I don't have Apple Music, so I tried to play a welcome home message on my HomePod Mini. So you can run a personal automation, I think, when you connect to Wi-Fi. That should be a trigger when you connect to Wi-Fi as the trigger. I don't know if that's the question you're asking here, Eric. So you say I don't have Apple Music, so I try to play a welcome home message on my HomePod Mini. You should be able to do that when you connect to Wi-Fi. You know, run your personal shortcut. You should be able to do that. I don't know that you really need a workaround. And I'm not sure if you're trying to use, looks like maybe you're trying to use the intercom message. I think that would work. Let's see. Try to get back in the chat. Sorry, there's a lot of questions here. Alan says, I get most of my smart home ideas from you and Linus Tech Tips. Awesome. Well, that's great company I'm being placed in. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate you watching and supporting the channel. Let's see. Question, will HomeKit secure video record in better quality than 1080p, at least 2K? I hope so. We'll be waiting on Apple to let us know. Maybe WWDC, there will be some updates. I don't know. I hope so. I would love to see that. Any software updates coming to the Apple TV? Well, we've got WWDC coming up in early June. That's, you know, right around the corner. And WWDC, if you don't know, is the Worldwide Developers Conference that Apple does every year. And this is their live event. It's actually a week long. I think it's about a week. But it's an event for developers, and this is every year where they announce new software, you know, the next iOS version, as well as any updates coming to Apple TV and all the other things. So there's no new updates, I don't think, right now. I don't know if that was the question. But yeah, we should be seeing, you know, maybe if there's some new stuff to talk about with Apple TV and all the different OSs, WWDC, that'll be where we get kind of a glimpse, hopefully, at what's coming. Question, do you have an affiliate link to buy the SwitchBot Hub 2 and Blind Tilt combo? I want to buy some and would love you to get credit for it, but it's a better deal to buy the combo pack. Thanks. Well, thank you for that. Let's see if we can get you that. And I will say too, while I'm typing this in, I actually just bought another one of these SwitchBot Blind Tilts the other day, and it just arrived. So yeah, I definitely use these. So let me see if I can find that combo. But a little tip for anybody who wants to support a creator, doesn't have to be me, but just so you know how Amazon affiliates work, if you use any one of my links on any, so say it's a, let's say it's an affiliate link for, you know, a smart light bulb. If you use that link and you click on that and then go to Amazon and then say you want to buy the SwitchBot Blind Tilts and you go to that page and, you know, you search in SwitchBot and then you buy that, I would still get credit for that purchase or a commission, even though you went and bought something else, as long as you got to Amazon through any one of my affiliate links. So, and that's how Amazon affiliates work. As long as you make a purchase within, I think it's 24 hours. So that's how that works. If you want to support any of your creators, you can just use their links. And even you don't have to necessarily buy that exact product. So I hope that makes sense. A lot of people don't know that. So, but let me see if I can find that combo for you just to kind of make it easy. I don't see it on here. I know it's... Oh, you know what? I wonder if the combo is the combo only, and somebody's probably commenting. Better to ask for units and improve. Larry says there should be iOS 16.5 coming out in the next week or so for all the new iOS devices, including Apple TV. Okay, thank you, Larry, for sharing that. So 16.5 next week maybe. And I think maybe that SwitchBot combo, that might only be on the SwitchBot store, huh? Let's see if they got that. They do have some combos here. That's the original hub. I mean, you want the hub 2. Might have to get that from the actual SwitchBot website. That's not it. Yeah, so I think I've got some affiliate links. You can just use those and then search on there. Like I said, I think it works the same through affiliates, through web stores. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I'm not seeing that combo on Amazon. Let's see here. Yeah, so this is the combo, I guess. Yeah, and this is actually a really good good one to get. So 20% off select combos too. Very nice. Yeah, so I'll post after this chat, I'll post down in the description an affiliate link for this to get to this web store, and I do have a discount code. I'll put that down below also. I think you can probably use my discount code on top of any discounts on their web store right now, so that might save you a little even more. So after this chat's over, I'll put that down there in the description for sure. And again, the affiliate links to these products are also in that SwitchBot video that I did this past weekend, so you can also check those out there. All right, back to the questions. I'm gonna try to get to everybody's questions here, and thank you for wanting to, I should say, for wanting to support the channel and use those affiliate links. That does help. That helps a lot and is much appreciated. Pietro says, is there a fast way to delete HomeKit secure video recordings? I'm using a car, a doorbell, and Eufy camera. A fast way to delete recordings. I don't know about a fast way to delete recordings. I don't think so. Other than I really don't delete any of my recordings. I just let them, 10 days they expire. So I'm not sure. And thank you, Kevin, for sharing that. I see Kevin shared that comment with the code that was posted from the last video, so I appreciate that. Pedro says, any suggestion about a roller shutter on HomeKit? I don't know of anything for HomeKit like that. Yeah, there's not many options. I know a lot of people in like Europe have different kinds of shutters and stuff. I'm not sure what's really being used for that. I know ZemiSmart has something that might work for, that's not like a rolling shutter though, a roller shutter. So I'm not really sure what to suggest there. Question, can you give me a good business case to get wife approval to buy Nanoleaf? Mark says. Oh boy. Let's see. What can we do? I don't know if you're talking about these kind of Nanoleafs or like the shapes and stuff. I don't know. That's a tough one there. That's a tough one. The best thing, I don't know. I'd say the best thing you can do is start with smart home products that the wife is really into, maybe that she would really like, and then maybe she'll be more forgiving about cool stuff that you want to get. But maybe you can take the circadian rhythm approach. They support, like HomeKit calls it adaptive lighting, but having proper lighting that adjusts with the sun, which they can do, helps your mood and overall mental health. I don't know, maybe that's an approach you can take. That's the only one I can come up with right now. Unless you want to maybe automate lights to come on to help people in the dark or safety. That could be another approach, possibly. Alan says, there are rumors that the next HomePod will have a 7-inch screen. Yeah, that'd be nice. We've been hearing about that kind of stuff for a while. William, just watch Shane's video with your wife. That's the best way to get approval. Yeah, thank you. That's a good tip there, William. Yes, I did a video a few weeks back with my wife, and I asked her questions that you guys gave me. Basically, I got questions from Instagram and from YouTube and everything. Questions for my wife, and she's not a very techie person by any chance, by any means, but she's gotten to really like it, and she doesn't give me a hard time anymore about buying new things and stuff like that. So yeah, good video there to kind of get a different perspective on the smart home stuff. Garrett says, yes, to Pietro, you can delete HomeKit secure video recordings right away. yeah, you can do this, but it's in a stupid place in Garrett's opinion. And I agree. It's just not like, I know Pietro asked a quick way. I don't think you can delete like multiple ones. It's kind of dumb. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think so. Let's see. More questions here. Let's see. I'm going to try to get to all the ones I missed, guys. I'll try to get to your question if I missed you. William says, hey, Shane, how are you? Quick wife question. Another wife question. Okay, we both want to show support to the channel. Do you have any links for SwitchBot Blind Tilt that you posted? Oh, yeah, so we just talked about it. Again, I'll post down in the description. We'll be streaming for a few more minutes, but after this, I will update the description down below with all the stuff we've talked about today, the SwitchBot and blind tilts. And again, affiliate links are usually in the description of my videos if you guys want to support the channel that way. And again, thank you for wanting to help. That definitely does help. I actually just bought a new microphone, like a little lavalier microphone that I haven't used. I usually do a lot of my talking head stuff here at the desk, so I have a shotgun mic that I upgraded a little while ago, but I got a new lavalier mic so I can leave the studio and get some good audio and shoot in other places. So trying to step it up, and I'm able to do that thanks to the support from you guys. So again, thank you for that. Alexis says a big thank you, and this is his member chat. I know I can't post it on the screen right now, but Alexis says a big thank you to Shane and the awesome Discord gang. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And Alexis is referring to our member Discord group, which we talked about earlier in the chat. Really great community over there. We're always talking and helping each other out. We'll be doing our live stream, our member live video chat tonight. So after this stream, we'll be doing that, which is always a lot of fun. If you are a member, I posted in Discord, you can get the link to the Zoom, and then I'll also post that on the community tab for members. So if you're a member, be looking out for that. Would love to see you in the chat later on. Thanks, Kevin and Lone Star Trent, for posting those links too. I see. Let's see here. Oh, we got some more questions. Tutor question, which are your top countries by viewers? So definitely US, definitely have the most in the US, but we have viewers from all over the world, which is really awesome. Never really thought that would happen when I started this, but yeah, we get probably between 40 to 50% US, probably about 45% at least of US, and then the rest is kind of split just all over the place. A good number in the UK and in Europe and stuff, but just all over the place outside of the US, so really cool. Question, Brian says, has anyone built a magic mirror and implemented it into Homebridge? I haven't. I don't know if anybody else has. Drop a link. I know somebody, so when I was in Key West, celebrating our 10-year anniversary a few weeks ago, or just a couple weeks ago. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen in my stories I was sharing at the hotel we were staying at, had this like smart mirror, super cool. Kind of got my wheels turning, like, all right, I might need to get something like this. But then somebody also shared with me on Instagram some smart mirrors and putting a TV behind a smart mirror and just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So that got me pretty interested. So if anybody's doing this, let me know in the comments or reach out to me. We'd love to hear about that. That could be fun. That could be fun. So yeah, it's, ironically, you asked this question just after I got all excited about smart mirrors not too long ago. And thank you, Kevin. Yes, use the word question so I can get to your questions. HomeKit Home. Hey, Shane, congrats about the channel. Always good info about HomeKit. Quick question. Do you know why buttons or a core cube don't work with shortcuts? I tried everything with no success. Yeah. So I'm assuming you're talking about personal shortcuts. And it's kind of what we were referring to at the beginning when I was asking about if anybody could use a button. If you could use a button to trigger personal shortcuts, what would you do? And that's kind of a hypothetical thing. So there is some stuff I'm working on, but out of the box, you cannot use any HomeKit accessory to trigger a personal shortcut. So I explained this in one of my older videos when I was talking about shortcuts and automations, but you got to look at two kind of two ways about it. You got personal automations and HomeKit automations, or shortcuts. You can interchange shortcut and the word automation in these, but personal shortcuts and automations require your iOS device. So that's your phone or your iPad, something like that, your Mac computer. So those personal shortcuts require that. So when you go in and you create, just to give everybody an example of what I'm talking about, if I go into the Shortcuts app and I create a new automation, you're going to see this. Okay, so you see right there, personal automation or a home automation. All right, and the difference there, again, personal automations require your phone. Home automations, those run on your HomeKit hub. So that's the same as automations you create in the Home app. So your shortcuts are the same thing. If you create a shortcut, it has to run on your phone. So that's why you can't use HomeKit accessories to trigger shortcuts, because HomeKit accessories can only trigger shortcuts or automations that run on your HomeKit hub. I hope that makes sense and I didn't just confuse everybody further. But that is the difference. Look at it as your HomeKit hub versus your iOS device. And that's, the difference between personal and home automations or shortcuts. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that made sense. Lone Star Trent, hit the like button. You should too. Thank you, Lone Star Trent, for hitting that like button. Yeah, hit the like button. I think that helps YouTube know that we're doing something good over here. I wish HomeKit allowed us to pulse lights. So there is a way to flash lights using convert to shortcut. Again, that's something that runs on your home hub. And there is a way you can kind of convert to shortcut and then turn a light on, wait a couple seconds or a second, turn off, turn on, and you can use repeat actions. So you can do some stuff right there with that, but definitely way more limited than your personal shortcuts. You can do a lot of stuff on your personal shortcuts, again, because that's using your iOS device. So yeah, I feel you. It does, okay, good. HomeKit shortcuts doesn't have all the apps and capabilities as the personal shortcuts. Exactly. And that's because, again, personal shortcuts require that phone. That's why you can do a lot more with this. But we're always kind of looking at fun little things, ways around that, workarounds and stuff. And there are a few workarounds here and there. Nothing super great, but stay tuned. Like I said, I'm working on some stuff that might help out with that for some of you. With that said, guys, it has been an hour and it has been a fun hour. Thank you so much for joining me and hanging out. Again, I'll put all the links and stuff that we talked about today. I'll update the description below. Again, members, be sure to come hang out. We got our member chat, video chat, our monthly thing coming up soon. So looking forward to hanging out with you guys there. And for everybody else, thank you so much for joining me. Again, we got new videos coming every Sunday. We've got one coming this Sunday. Really excited about. So our viewer automation video, that should be, I think that should be this one coming up this Sunday. There's also going to be a giveaway. So stay tuned and watch the video. There will be a giveaway. Some details in that where you can win some smart home stuff and create some cool automations of your own. Also, follow me over there on Instagram if you want to see more of my everyday shenanigans. I post everything over there in my stories and stuff, but definitely a lot of behind the scenes with the YouTube and smart home and configuring and testing all these smart home products and stuff. So have a lot of fun over there on Instagram as well. With that said, thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we will see you next time. All right, God bless.